Yeah, mic check. Yeah, it's tobacco, man. It's tobacco. I know you're trolling me. Yeah? Them perps. Check it. What are you worried about? It's tobacco. Yeah? That's what I'm smoking. Don't worry about it. So, I wanted to talk to you about reaching that level of excellence in terms of your physical prowess. When you're a targeted individual and society understands that you're somebody who's supposed to lose out. Yeah? Where it's like some unwritten law that you must always lose out in everything. I can't even afford to buy a sports drink. Yeah? This drink gives me energy. Look, there's an energy rating on it. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there's an energy rating there. Yeah? Can you see it? It's set in calories or some shit like that. I never knew that beer gives you energy. Yeah? So, this is a filthy habit, but I smoke rolling tobacco, so I can always quit that. You know, I quit multiple times on willpower alone. Which brings me back to my subject. Yeah. Remember, moderation. Everything is okay in moderation. Yeah. So that's okay in moderation. That's okay in moderation. Anyway, about reaching your excellence when you're a targeted individual. Now, if I'm wrong, how the hell do you explain me being 40 years old, 205 pounds, yeah, and doing all these records that I have? Yeah? My theory, yeah, is that there are members of society who can see into their mind. They have mind-to-mind connection without any electronic device. They use some unnatural power to see there, a power they don't understand. It could be innocent. Some of you TIs are laughing right now, but hear me out. It could be that we both got targeted and his mind developed that way. The ability to see into mine, and my mind developed the ability to sense when that's happening. But all I know is that I sense sometimes when members of the public are viewing my mind. There's been instances of intellectual thought that has been stolen. Yeah? When I'm sitting there thinking about solving one of life's riddles, or one of the things that science doesn't know, or society doesn't understand, and I'm pretty sure those ideas have been stolen. I mean, intellectual property theft is rife among targeted individuals. If you're gonna think of an idea, I mean, Einstein had to work at the patent office. He had to be right there, so as soon as the idea arrives, he patents it, files it, before they can steal it. So it suggests to me that he was also a TI. Yeah. So when you come up with intellectual property, make sure you only do so when you're ready to file it as soon as it comes into your head. Otherwise, do not brainstorm towards coming up with a new idea until you have the page up online ready to file it as soon as it's written, because they'll steal it and you won't be able to get anything. Now, which brings me back to the other issue. Intellectually, I'm also somebody who excels, and now physically I'm also someone who excels, and spiritually, mark this time, it's 1958 GMT time, yeah, that's Greenwich Mean Time, on the 27th of April 2018, yeah, that's the time now, and that's the time anyway that I'm revealing this to you, yeah. And those of you who can connect to me spiritually, you can also sense that sensation from after I mentioned that time. Anyway, back to the physical excellence. Now, I can't be wrong because I hold world records. You go on Record Setters, you see DMV Boss there, and you see me with a couple of world records. I can't get on Guinness. They politicize that, and that's the only one they know. But Record Setters is an alternative, and it's also hype. Yeah, so old world records. I eat 50 grams of proteins every day, and I'm 95 kilograms. When I looked at the calculation, I'm supposed to be eating 95 grams of proteins to be an average guy. And if I'm weight training, I'm supposed to double that. Yeah, but I only eat a quarter of what I'm supposed to be eating, roughly. Yeah. So if I'm wrong, how comes I can do that? My technique is very, very simple. First of all, I accept that my mind is being frequented by members of the public, and I accept that happens. I don't know how to do it. It's not an electronic device. We're talking about people who can actually see what you're thinking, what you're doing, and project feeling into your mind, yeah, to sabotage whatever activity you're doing at the time. Once you know that that's happening, yeah, then every time you feel a negative feeling that's trying to stop you from achieving what you're trying to do, you just start to talk as if you're talking to someone who's doing that. I've just broken my personal record. I'm 40 years old, 205 pounds on 50 grams of protein a day, and look at the shit I just did just a few minutes ago. Yeah, I tried a proper one. My personal record is 14. Let's see what happens. Watch carefully as I'm doing it. How many of you can do this? Like, listen. Do you hear what I'm saying to him? I don't want you to fucking count. That's all I was saying all the way through. I didn't want to count because the first time I attempted that, I got to 14, yeah, and he was counting and he was waiting for him number. When you're doing weights, they lock numbers. There was a time when I was arm curling 100 kilograms and I couldn't do it because they were locking. They just made up the mind to lock 102. Something to do with numbers. I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm a victim, and what I describe from being a victim. I say to myself, it's as if somebody's locking a particular number, because I moved up to 102 and I could do that just fine. It's that they locked a number and I couldn't lift that. But how could I lift more than 100? And how could I lift more than 100 when I can't lift 100? It doesn't make sense. Yeah. So he appears to have locked 14, 15. Yeah. So every time I get to 14, I can't do anymore. So I said to myself, okay, I'm not gonna count anything. And I stopped counting, and I could feel as if somebody's trying to count. So I started saying to myself, I don't want you to fucking count. Stop fucking counting. I don't want you to fucking count. As I'm doing it. Now I've completely ignored what I'm doing, and I'm just saying that. I'm just concentrating on the pub. I don't want you to fucking count. Stop counting. and then I started to feel the fatigue building. It doesn't, you know. By the time I had finished, I was on 21 pull-ups in 24 seconds. You can replay the video, yeah, and you can count them. Yeah, no proteins, no supplements. Age 40, 205 grams. I'm sorry, kilograms, 205 pounds, 94 kilograms. Yeah. And now, how do I do that? If I'm wrong, yeah, and you're above 205 kilograms, yeah, you're 40 years old, and you can do 21 pull-ups at 50 grams of protein, yeah. If you can do that, then I'll say I'm wrong, yeah. But for me to talk to my pap that way and get to a personal record, yeah, how could you say I'm wrong? Yeah. They are perpetrators on us, gang stalkers. Now the reason could be that I think it was a man, I'm not sure what I could sense. Yeah, maybe this is someone who knows someone who can do like 14, or he can do 14 and he can't do anymore, so he doesn't want me to do anymore. So every time I come to that, he just locks it. Yeah, so if I confuse him, yeah, and he stops counting, and I confuse him and I distract him, I can do more. This is how I get to these world records, by recognizing that they're doing that and talking to them as they're doing that and bossing my mind and saying, look, I don't want you to count right now, stop counting. Yeah, and he forgot where 14 was. By the time he just guessed, and I was at 21 by then. This is how I get most of my world records. Fuck this shit. Battery's running low. Well, anyway. You get the drift. Yeah, it's like they're locking me up or something. But this is my theory, and if you want to get physical excellence, yeah, when you get that negative feeling, anything that's trying to stop you, that's trying to impede you in anything, this kind of perp you call the satanic perp. Yeah, this is what in your Bible you call Satan. Someone who obstructs, deceives, and is against your will. Yeah, someone who's hell bent on making sure that you fail or you don't reach your target. That is what Satan is. And once you acknowledge that and you start talking, I don't want you to count, I don't want you, stop counting, and you distract him from what he's trying to do, yeah, you achieve more, because your body can do it already. Yeah, it's just your mind that's locked. Yeah, this is the ideology that I've been having all through my life, and I'm not changing. No one is going to change my mind. No one is going to change the way I see things. I don't want anybody to make any alterations to the way I see things, because unless you can produce 2 world records, yeah, with the humility that I have of not having the wealth to afford proteins. Well, I could afford it, but you know, I still choose to be humble. Yeah, because if I think about the worst case scenario, if things get worse, yeah, I could find myself in a desert somewhere with nothing to eat, no proteins. I still must be able to put up some. So I try to be as humble as I can. I'm not modest, because I know I'm the greatest in the world, and you must be humble but not modest. I'm not modest, I'm the greatest in the world. Yeah, my ideology cannot be matched. Yeah, because if I was to double my protein intake and start to take some proper energy juice, yeah, because the only energy juice I had, wait about this is the only energy juice I had, yeah, and it's got energy rating on it. Yeah, that's the only energy drink I had, yeah, to break that one day. Yeah, and I'm smoking. So if I quit smoking, quit drinking, and double my protein intake and take a proper energy, I'll smash that world record. World record is only like 37 for people 207 or above. So 205 pounds or above. Yeah, I'll be able to smash that record easily. Yeah, nobody can tell me that the way I see things is wrong. I have proven it. Yeah, so I don't want followers. I'm just trying to help you become strong in your life. Believe me on that.